It's Wednesday, New Comic Book Day, and you know what that means.
Let's look at old comics.
I don't get it.
So we'll start off today with the Marvel Treasury edition of Doctor Strange. It's this Frank Brunner cover. I love that use of Zepatone back there. It's awesome. Always wanted to get Frank Brunner's Alice in Wonderland portfolio. I just could never find it in a decent condition or a good price. This book's not in such a great condition, but it was only $15 at Tate's, so I kind of jumped on it. Start off, we got some cool Steve Ditko artwork. There's a couple different stories in here. It's a really cool book. Ditko Dormammu. That's awesome. A lot of cool splash scenes in here. Bill Everett. I think the real reason to come to this book is coming up soon. That's neat. Dan Atkins. Not too familiar with Dan Atkins. It's kind of got a Neil Adams look to it a little bit. Another Ditko. This is cool. It's a cool pull-out. Frank Brunner. Oh, Jesus. Love to have this poster. Marvel, make a poster of this. Buy it. Frame it. It's just too cool. Gene Colan art. It's kind of a all-star team here. Here we go. Frank Brunner and Doctor Strange. Finally, Shumagorath. That's awesome. There we go. Yeah. Shumagorath. Cover. Next we have special edition The New Mutants #1. Some Art Adams art. Mohawk Storm is the best storm. I'd like to see this maybe recolored or reprinted in a way where colors are a bit better, because it really kind of undermines, I think, a lot of art. Magic is my favorite, one of my favorite New Mutant X-Men characters. Adam's art's kind of over the years kind of evolved. He used to be kind of known for these very thin faces, especially with women. But as time has gone on, he started kind of drawing faces a bit more cherubic, a bit rounder. There's Hela. Long shot. There's my favorite Magic, I think, is the Chris Bachalo Magic costume from Uncanny X-Men, the Bendis run, which is a run I like. I don't like all new X-Men of that run so much, the Bendis, but I like the Uncanny X-Men one, where they're kind of rebel terrorists on the land. Loki action in this book. See, this is this kind of stuff that kind of wishes there was a better print of it. The X-Men Essentials, I think number 6 has it, but today for some reason all those X-Men Essentials are printed in black and white, and just kind of the density of the lines. I know you just need like a bigger version of it to really see what's going on. Otherwise, like this page, like, you know, it's helped by the color. But it's so, reduced. Yeah, but I'm a big Adams fan. Anything I kind of see him have done, I usually try to grab it. Go back cover. Line cover. Werewolf and Magic. So this is an interesting one. This is from a line of books that DC put out called Vertigo Crime. This is a little thing, a graphic mystery. I guess they were trying to hope for some kind of crossover success. But believe it or not, this is a John Constantine novel. I mean, it's buried under the author's name, Ian Rankin, and Werther del Ladera. Sorry if I messed that name up. It's called Dark Entries. They kind of really trying to sell it on Ian Rankin without any mention that this is a, Hellblazer book. But I was going through Hellblazer Wikipedia trying to kind of round out my collection, and I didn't even realize this was a thing. Out of the Vertigo Crime, I believe this is the only one that used an established character, John Constantine. But it's an interesting book. It's black and white. It's a kind of graphic novel format. It's a quick read. It reads really quickly. It's very speedily. Art's really good. Decent story. I mean, it's not amazing. It's John Constantine is on a reality TV show. It's kind of a not too appealing premise, but the story's alright. There's kind of a twist midway through the book, as you can see here. The pages go from having a white border to a black border. I myself am a big fan of black borders because I don't know. I think it makes the art seem more the art seem less lost. It seems more kind of rounded, attached to the page a bit more. So yeah, you'd have never known. I mean, they do the crime of burying the artist's name under here, and but it's not bad actually. I quite enjoyed it. Maybe just need to rebrand it, put it out as Hellblazer Dark Entries, and maybe it might find new life or something. I don't know, but I got it pretty cheap too. It was like only like $7 or something on Amazon. Good used copy. You know I had to get that Junji Ito. At this point, I think I have all the Junji Ito stuff. This is an adaptation of a novel by Osamu Dazai. I thought his Frankenstein adaptation was pretty good. It was alright. It was creepy. I love the smell of how the Viz or whoever does these. Yeah, Viz. They print these books out. They just have this weird smell I associate now with Junji Ito horror. But I'm a big Junji Ito fan. Kind of inspired a lot of the stuff that I was doing in my graphic novel. It's the way he draws faces, especially women's faces. It's very delicate. I don't know how to explain it other than that. But like if you look at Tomei or Tommy, however you say it, I really like the way he draws her. I've been a fan ever since I found his stuff online. Now he has such a wide body of work. They could just bring more of his stuff over here in nice collected editions. I would grab those in a heartbeat. There's a few color pages in here, so just a few. Kind of wonder what's the story with that. I like the kind of the desaturated colors. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a whole Junji Ito book that's colored in such a way. I think it kind of cheapens it up a little bit, though. Next, I grabbed this. Color was appealing, and apparently it's about werewolves, and like I said, it doesn't take much. You just have to go, werewolves, vampires.
Vampires? A what?
And I'm in. Art looks pretty neat. Yeah, the cover was what caught my eye. This is a gorgeous cover. I'm sorry if the glare is kind of underselling it a bit here, but yeah, I love the a character of mine kind of has a sugar skull kind of motif. Even though this is not quite sugar skull, but the roses and the pattern on the face is similar to something I was doing. It kind of caught my eye that way. My character named Stella Telenovela. Yeah, that's Coyotes. I look forward to reading that. There's a couple more volumes I think I'll grab if this one's good. Something interesting. I just kind of grabbed this based on the cover. Like I've kind of heard of TKO, and there was kind of something I wanted to grab into and explore a little bit, but I didn't know where to start with their books. They got some great creators working for them, so I didn't know where to start. The Jeff Lemire one is the one everyone's talking about. I think it's called Spectator or something like that. Oh, Sentient. I'm sorry, it's called Sentient. I'm sorry, TKO. But this one, the cover caught my eye. I like the pink, the wrestling mask. I kind of recently saw the new Sicario movie, and I was kind of in that. Let's see some desert carnage stuff. Yeah. Well, hopefully this is good. TKO Studios. Like that. Nice enough to send a sticker. Thank you. Silver Surfer Black. This is something I wasn't even aware of it. I mean, I'm a little out of the loop sometimes when it comes to mainstream corporate comics, but this is Trad Moore. who maybe you know from Luther Strode and Donny Cates' writing. I'm a fan of Donny Cates. I don't like everything he writes. I really loved his Thanos run. I think Cosmic Ghost Rider is a cool character. But his Venom run that everyone was raving about really didn't do much for me. But I'm willing to give it another shot. If I see the trade for cheap or something, or if there's sale on Comixology. But there's the matte paper here. That's crazy. That's some radar. Beta Ray Bill. It's kind of a intense looking Norrin Rat there. Silver Surfer is a character I mostly like. I thought the Dan Slott, Mike Allred run that was done was okay. It kind of lost me, but I love the art, and it was kind of like Silver Surfer as Doctor Who, which at first is neat, but it kind of lost me somewhere in the middle. But yeah, Donny Cates bringing it all around to his Venom stuff. Null. I like Galactus. I think it's a character that also has it. Maybe that's a cool spread. That's neat. Yeah, Tradmore's really bringing it here. So I wonder how he feels. I wonder if he feels like, oh, this is his time to shine. Like this is the big deal, or something more like creator-owned. Even though I hate that phrase, it makes it sound like the default is working for, and servicing some corporate owned IP, servicing some corporate owned IP, and but yeah, I look forward to reading this as well. And then I grabbed this for pretty cheap on Amazon. I don't have the issues of 8 Ball where the original Death Ray story appears. 23. I only have the complete 8 Ball, the 1 through 18. Of course, I like this story, alright. It's no, I think the A Velvet Glove Cast in Iron is probably my favorite Daniel Clowes work. And I would love to have a version of that as big as this. I guess there's that studio edition that's out that I can't afford. One of the things I kind of like about this book is there's opportunities where he kind of changes up his style. You got that kind of traditional Cloud style, then he kind of goes a bit more cartoony with some stuff. It's not such a deviation that it's strikingly noticeable, but it's definitely a nice touch. It kind of changes the kind of the weight and the severity. Let's see here, kind of like what's kind of to be taken lightly and read, quickly, and what is like heavy and crucial moments. I've done with a bit more detail. This is great. These are great. But yeah, if anyone has never read it, I think it's. I think probably Ghost World's probably a bit better. But it's definitely no Velvet Glove Cast in Iron. I haven't read Patience yet. Looking forward to kind of trying to find a used copy of that. But finally, the last thing I'm fucking with this week is Absolute Death, the Sandman spinoff by Neil Gaiman and Chris Bachalo. A little bit of brag behind this. This just came out, and I got it for half price on Amazon. It was a used copy, but it came shrink wrapped and everything. So let's give it a look. See here. Nice. Mark Buckingham again on inking duties. An Amanda Palmer intro. She's married to Neil Gaiman, of course. This is not Death. This is I believe, Sandman 8, which is the first appearance of Death in the book, if I'm not mistaken. It's, not Chris Bachalo art. It's a classic issue. And let's see, we've got another issue here. I guess this is collecting all the significant appearances of Death before getting to High Cost of Living. See, this is great. This great Bachalo art. He's just when he really started coming to his own. I mean, the shade stuff's all right, but it doesn't quite look like how you come to know Chris Bachalo's art. This is great. Oh, right on. I love a good cloth bookmark. It's a nice touch. It's great. Awesome looking spread. Page is real thick. It's nice. I love the Absolute series of books. I wish I could afford all of them, but every one that comes out, but unfortunately I can't. Be a little pickier. This is, let's start here, Time of Your Life. The art, I think this is slightly better. This is like that Generation X era Chris Bachalo, where you're just firing on all cylinders. The borders are awesome. I love characterizations. I love that. And everything's a little askew. Not quite. Foxglove, character from the same stories as I recall. It's a classic picture. Awesome. That's cool, I like the colors. I remember when these came out, I wasn't super crazy about the story, but I do remember I like the art. Death's a cool character, but she's a bit of a manic pixie dream girl, kind of, but not manic. So it's just pixie dream girl, pixie goth dream girl. Winter's Tale. I think this is from... I want to say it's from Endless Nights. I could be wrong about that. It's interesting. It's very cool. I think I've ever seen this. Death in Venice. I think this might be the one that's in Endless Nights. Death. This is from the Jill Thompson manga, I think. It's weird they didn't put that in there, in here. Michael Zuli. Yep. Jeff Smith from Bone fame. That's cool, I like that one. Brian Bolin, that's neat. Brian Bolin from, of course, from Judge Dredd and Joker Story 5. Help me out here, somebody. Killing Joke. Yeah, I escaped my mind for a second there. Like Allred. That's cool. Jeff Darrow. Oh, this is done like the old, what was it, Daily News or Weekend News paper. Clive Barker, that's cool. Never seen that. Art Adams, yeah. That's cool. Nito. Jill Thompson. Colleen Durant. Interesting take. Dave Gibbons from Watchmen. Watchmen fame. It's weird you see lots of Harley Quinns but not so many deaths at conventions, you know. Joe Quesada. The Art Nouveau kind of layout that's neat. Okay, well, that one's cool. I like this one. Mobius, that's cool. That one's awesome. Old Greg Cap. It's an old Greg Cap. I mean, he was kind of, his style was a little more closer to McFarlane's. Dave McKean. Another Michael Zulli. I like the use of Zipatone here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's in the background of the leaves. It's a nice touch. I like Chris Bachalo. I wonder always if I get his name right. I remember this. It was like a PSA. PSC. John Constantine and Death talking about condoms. I have this figure. It's somewhere in my closet. It was a little umbrella thing up here. Mine didn't have a hat. It had an umbrella, I believe. That's great. Poster, that would be cool. See, this little death book, I have this little manga. Jill Thompson, I believe. Great. So we're talking about issue Sandman issue 8 here. It's the script, that's nice. I always have an itch to kind of like take these scripts and, you know, see if I can do it without looking at the comic and see what mine turns out to look like compared to, you know, the artist who actually did draw it in the actual comic. But, I mean, who's got the time? I think I tried it with the script that's in the back of Planetary. I did like the first 3 pages just to see. Because the Planetary omnibus has, I believe, a script for the first issue. Yeah, there you go. Absolute Death. And see you next week.
Tonight's program has been brought to you by